Well, as the city cleans up after the latest snowfall, many people have questions on snow removal. So we're asking Jonathan Walden from Bylaw Services some frequently asked questions. Good morning to you, and thanks for coming in studio this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, it's been a busy time for you guys, lots of snow. Let's first talk about parking bans and what people need to know surrounding that.
Sure. So when the city does call a parking ban, we do ask that people take their vehicles off the street. Doing so just helps our city plows, clear the street, makes it easier for emergency vehicles. Also makes it easier just for day-to-day commute, right? Everyone kind of knows that one car that hasn't moved during a parking ban, the plow goes around it. Now your street's down to one lane or sometimes even impassable. So it's something that we do kind of ask that people pay attention to. So we do have email alerts that people can sign up to. I know media outlets will cover it as well when they're coming up. The city's social media have apps that also say when there's a parking ban. So we're just asking that people kind of pay attention to when they are in effect and then move their vehicles off the street.
And it seems people are not overly paying attention. 15,000 tickets issued so far on these parking bans. What do people need to know if they get a ticket?
You can always contest it. So obviously every ticket has that option. But again, it's basically we're just asking people to kind of pay attention. I think it does catch people off guard, especially sort of the first one of the year. If you're new to Ottawa, maybe not sure of the rules. So again, it's just something that we're asking kind of people educate themselves on and pay attention to when it comes into effect.
All right, let's talk snow removal, the do's and the don'ts. What happens if people are moving the snow off their property and onto the street?
So that is a bylaw violation, yes. You're not allowed to do that. Again, you're kind of affecting the whole community when you take the snow off your property, you're putting it on the street, kind of makes it everyone's problem. Kind of a good rule is just move the snow adjacently when you're shoveling your driveway. Don't kind of shovel it all into the end and push it out and just make it sort of everybody else's problem. We do get a fair amount of calls about that, so we're just asking that people, it's tough for everyone. There's a lot of snow. Just kind of don't make your problem with everyone else's. So.
Keep on piling it up. Okay, let's talk about what happens if you have a fire hydrant on your property.
So you are responsible to maintain it. Again, though, it's sort of a community and neighborhood issue, right? So if you're somebody who maybe is unable to clear it, if you're elderly or have sort of medical issues that would make you unable to clear it, maybe seek people out in your community who can give you a hand. We do have a program with Ottawa Fire called Hydrant Heroes, which kind of encourages, like young kids to go and help out, and we'll take pictures and we'll post it on our social medias if they're allowed. So
that's great.
Yeah, so it's on ottawa.ca if parents are interested in kind of signing their kids up to be a hydrant hero. It's a great way to kind of, keep the community safe and
get the community involved.
Do something good, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, let's talk about condos and balconies. We have a lot of high rises here in our city, and obviously at this point they're pretty packed with snow on their balconies. What are they supposed to do?
So that's not really a bylaw issue. We would maybe look into it if it was a safety concern where, an icicle was hanging off the end, you could potentially fall and injure somebody. But in terms of just the snow accumulation on a balcony, it wouldn't really be something bylaw would look into. So I'd encourage residents to maybe work with their landlords if that's becoming an issue.
And let's talk about a city property. If someone says that, the snow on a city property looks unsafe or they are seeing icicles on the roof, what should people do in those circumstances?
Yeah, so call 311. Even if it's a private property, we deal with that as well. So if it's, icicles overhanging a sidewalk, potential major safety concern, right? So officers will respond to that very quickly. We'll try to, caution tape it off, make sure that no one's at risk of getting injured, and we'll work with the property owner to make sure that's removed and the property is safe.
And is there anything else as a bylaw officer that you want the city of Ottawa to know in terms of snow or removal or parking bans?
Yeah, it's been a pretty rough winter in terms of snow and cold. So just I know there's a lot of snow. It comes at a premium in terms of real estate on your property. So just in terms of having to work together, I think as people living in Ottawa, we kind of go through this every winter. But just we need to work together to get through the winter, and hopefully spring will come soon.
Fingers crossed. We'll find out on Tuesday if the groundhog sees his shadow or not.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you.